The gentleman is recognized for 15 minutes.
Right, and I'll yield myself just 2 minutes initially.
The gentleman is recognized for 2 minutes.
Madam Chair, if there's anything that the last few months have taught us, and that's the American people are telling us, is that we don't need more government and overreach and big government solutions when targeted reforms are more appropriate and more effective. Now, when thinking about how to draft a legislative response to the recent financial crisis in regards to this issue of derivatives, we must ask ourselves one seminal question. What are we actually trying to resolve here? You know, the vast majority of all OTC derivative marketplace had absolutely nothing to do with the crisis and provides critically important risk management tools for virtually all large companies and many small and medium-sized companies as well. You know, when you think about it, the a.I.G situation, even the problem there with the derivatives had much more to do with the extremely bad bets on the housing market, along with failed prudential regulators who were supposed to be overseeing them, than they had anything specifically to do with the derivative themselves. So quite honestly, Madam Chair, we don't think that it's appropriate to set up a truly cumbersome and Byzantine dual regulatory regime that would require the cftc and the s.E.C., you know, two entities that have not shown the ability to cooperate in the past, that they have two very different missions and reasons for being to approach very different marketplaces and derivatives, and to do so now in the same manner. You know, the Democrats' underlying bill sets these two entities up to perform as prudential regulators, setting capital requirements, margins, and other prudential requirements when they were never envisioned to play this role. You know, when you think about this also, the S.E.C. has failed miserably as a prudential regulator when it tried to do the consolidated regulator for investment banks. So the proposal contains in the underlying bill overly broad definition, new capital and margin requirements, and broad authority for regulators to determine which transactions are standardized and subject to mandatory clearing and exchange trading. These are unnecessary government burdens that could impair the usefulness of derivatives as an innovative risk management tool, thereby increasing the exposure to the marketplace and the participants in them, which all get to the last point, and I'll yield myself 15 more seconds to make the final point.
The gentleman is recognized for 15 seconds.
All of these points in the underlying bill will lead to one thing: a loss of credit and therefore a loss of jobs in America today and in the future as well. The American people have spoken loud and strong. Do not pass any legislation that is going to create hardships for the creation of jobs in this country, and this underlying legislation with its language on derivatives would do such that.
The gentleman's time has expired.
And with that, I will yield to such time as the gentleman from Oklahoma will consume.
The gentleman from Oklahoma is recognized.
I thank the gentleman, and I thank the chairwoman for recognizing me, and I rise in support